What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys saw the last video, we took the KRX to the alignment shop. Big shout out to Nilo. After that, we went to go hang out with Higgins and Fred, and then we pretty much drove back home, calibrated our speed sensor. This thing is ready to rock and roll. The last thing it needs really is a tune. But before we tune this car, I definitely want to tone down the exhaust system. Now, I do have a full video on doing the exhaust system on the KRX when I first finished it. You kind of get to that age where you're like, yeah, that's a little too loud for me now. And you guys know when I build all my cars, I love to keep them nice and quiet. But also, granted, because we live in California, I really don't want this to be a eye catcher, especially because it's going to be driven more of a daily when La Panda goes. But today we're gonna try to situate that. And what I mean by try is we're gonna be adding a different muffler to see if we can tone down the exhaust system. I just moved La Panda under the tree over there, and I only drove this car once yesterday, and it feels like I haven't driven La Panda in like a couple of months. La Panda is going to be on the driveway for the suspension overhaul as soon as we finish the muffler install on the KRX today. I'm going to keep it nice and short, guys, so I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to give you a little sound test of turning on the car, revving it a little bit, and then I'm going to drive it down the street, just so we can have something to compare to when we put the new muffler on. The exhaust system on the KRX is a full 3-inch piping kit from True Bends, and it's the same as like K-Teller or the Speed Factory one, but it's a full 3-inch mandrel bent aluminized mild steel, and after the header it has a 28-inch twister resonator. Going around the gas tank is a Vibrant 18-inch bottleneck resonator, so there's two on here, and then it goes to the Vibrant Street Power box. It's the black muffler, not the chrome one, and this is what it sounds like. All right, so hopefully you guys got a gist of it. It's pretty loud, like it echoes the whole entire neighborhood. If there was a car down the street that has an alarm, it's probably gonna set it off. I read it in the comment section in the video I released yesterday, and somebody was like, how is that you work on the driveway for so long and the driveway is cleared of like oil and stuff? For one, I have a drip pan that I stress to have underneath the car when I'm dealing with fluid, and probably once a week I put detergent on the floor, scrub it with my broom, and then I wash it off. Growing up working on the driveway, my dad always stressed me about not leaving like oil residuals on the concrete, so I always took it upon myself to ensure we don't leak anything on the concrete. So I just watched a video on my phone because I was recording the phone and the GoPro at the same time. I did set off the alarm in the neighbor's house. My bad. I'm cool with the neighbor, so not a big deal, but I definitely do not want to set it off all the time when I drive this car, so I'm very stoked to see what this is gonna do. So here we have a Magnaflow muffler, and the part number for this one is 12259. Growing up, I always thought Magnaflow, Flowmasters, Cherry Bomb, stuff like that is for the V6, V8 cars. I've never really used any of that brand on a 4-cylinder before, and I talked to a lot of people on Instagram, and a lot of people were saying Magnaflow is a really good company overall, and if you run like their Magnaflow resonator as well too, it's gonna really quiet the car down. And after doing a ton of reading, talking to Nomis, dude, Magnaflow has a huge line of exhaust systems. So after spending days on end trying to figure out which one is going to suit my setup, I ended up going with this part number. So this is, I believe, I want to say this is 18 inches box end to box end, but overall 24. It's got a 5-inch height, and it's got an 8-inch width. This is a centered offset, so if you look, this one here is offsetted and it's centered here. The reason why I bought centered is because this exhaust system is already centered to center, and the piping is already kind of fixed to where it's at. The width is about the same as the Vibrant, so hopefully we're not gonna have any issues with that. And the reason why I have it offsetted end over here is because if you look at my exhaust system, the outlet is short about, I'll probably say about 4 inches, give or take. It's really, it's really sunk in there. So the offset is gonna put the outlet closer this way, so that way it'll bring this piece further out. If it doesn't reach the bumper, not a big deal, but I definitely want to get it much more closer to the exit of the bumper. So again, Magnaflow, crossing fingers, nice and quiet. It is a straight through design, but it is a very well packed exhaust system, which is the reason why they are so freaking heavy. But I'm really hoping that this is gonna really quiet it down, because a lot of people are telling me to go chambered, but a chambered one, I also read and also was told that you could potentially lose power, but it's gonna be really quiet. Enough talking, guys. I'm gonna get right to it. I'm gonna go underneath the car, do some measurements, make my cuts, hopefully 1 cut each, and get this muffler on. They cheated me. It's 23 3/4. Oh wow, that's freaking awesome. So it looks like the inlets and outlet slips over the 3-inch piping system. It's probably a millimeter or two, but I'd rather have it slip over than for it to butt up, especially because I cut the pipe off here at a slanted angle. So that's awesome. Now, I'm not crazy OCD, but I'm a little bit OCD. And when I do exhaust, especially a box style muffler on an EF or a DA, the muffler has to be centered. Like, it bothers me if it's not centered, if I'm standing back there looking at it. So thank goodness that it slips over, because I was supposed to cut off this inlet and outlet right here in half, but because it slips over, I don't have to worry about butting it up anymore. I can just slip it over and weld it on. So that means I can slip it up until we get this to be somewhat centered. Now, mind you guys, this tow hook is not centered. This is the license plate centered, and then you can see the tow hook is off to the left. So I have to get this shimmied over a little bit more because it's a little bit more this way, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, well, looks like it will kind of exit the bumper just a smidge, but the hanger has to move because that's not gonna work out. Once I drop the jack, it's just gonna hang. But for the most part, that looks good. So I just realized that I had some 3-inch stainless tubing, and what I was doing here was I was trying to knock off this hanger right here so I can move it to the back, so that way we can make a new hanger for the tailpipe. But I kind of just clicked in my head that I had this lying around. So it looks like we can make a new, brand new back half. So I want to point this up like so, put a little pie right here, and then curve it out the bumper exactly where I need it to go, right? Because the last one was a straight up 90, so it literally came out and pointed straight up and out. So typically for the EF, we have that little bend right here to make the end here point nice and straight out the back bumper. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna TIG this as well too, the back half. So guys, I got the back muffler all welded up. I wish I TIG'd this whole thing, but this is already MIG welded when I did the exhaust the first time, and the rest of the box is already MIG'd. I did TIG this back section where I added the V-band to the resonator, and this whole entire back end over here on the driver's side is all TIG welded up as well too. So guys, I got the back muffler all welded up. I wish I had TIG'd the whole axle back, but the exhaust was already MIG welded when I did it the first time right here. So I ended up just MIGging this section here, and then because this is all brand new stainless, I decided I wanted to TIG this whole entire back end. So this is all done, hanger's all done. This one right here, I had to add a new hanger because the original hanger on the chassis lands right here because this is an offsetted muffler. So I had to make a new one off the tow hook, so it's removable, not a big deal. And this thing actually hangs in there pretty nicely. So now that this is all done, I'm not going to paint it black. I don't want to paint it black right now. I want to do it eventually just to kind of make it more stealth, but I'm just going to install it raw like this. Damn it, how did it go off centered? So mind you guys, this is gonna be a very, very cold start with no idle air control valve. honestly think between the vibrant at idle, it's a little more toned down. Like, it's not a loud deep noise, it's a lower deep noise. Now I'm gonna let this car warm up a little bit and take it for a spin. Can you guys see all that water? Yeah, buddy. It is definitely a little bit more quieter. I'm stoked about that. Guys, it's a lot quieter driving on the street, going through the gears, opposed to the vibrant muffler. I'm super stoked. I think the matching Magnaflow resonator will help it tone down a lot more. I was talking to Andy. I met up with him in Florida. He has the H2B CRX, and he sent me literally his Magnaflow setup on his EG with the K24, and that thing was quiet. So I got the muffler already. I just got to get the resonator, which I actually ordered last night. It was shipped today, should be here tomorrow, and I'm gonna throw that one on, take off my twister, and see if it'll help tone down the noise. I do want to say that it is less dronier than the vibrant muffler as well too. Don't get me wrong, I F with vibrant, and I've been running vibrant forever, but on an all-motor car, I definitely needed to be quieter. The Magnaflow is doing its job, and I hope the resonator will really tone it down. I am gonna wrap up the video right here, guys. I gotta take off to go do some other things, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. Magnaflow, first time using it, already got a thumbs up for me. Hopefully I use more of it in the future if I'm doing all motor builds, which I probably am. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around for the dyno video, because I am scheduled for tomorrow, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.